One morning, Hong Mei was working with her snowplow. She had never wore a snowplow before, and this was her first time. She was very nervous. Just then, Percy came beside her. "Oh, hello, Hong Mei," whistled Percy. "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yikes! Sorry, I wasn't focusing on the rails." "Oh, hello, Percy. Is that train for you?" "No, it's for you. You have to take it to the docks." "But why?" groaned Hong Mei. "Because," said Percy, "I'm gonna be taking that goods train later on." But then one of the workmen came. "There's been a change of plan. Percy, you have to take Hong Mei's goods train, and Hong Mei, you must take the freight cars." "Yes, sir," groaned Hong Mei nervously. "Yes, sir," said Percy, as he chucked quickly away. "Hong Mei, you must shunt in the yard," and the workman walked away. Poor Hong Mei felt very nervous and sad. "I've shunted freight cars, and they've always led to me having wheel trouble." "Don't worry about it," said her driver. "You can shunt them with ease this time." But Hong Mei couldn't. And Hong Mei shunted the freight cars and took them to the yard. She felt very sad. Meanwhile, in the snow, Percy was having a good time, but the freight cars were very bored. "Let's break away," they said. Their loads were heavy, but they didn't care. They just wanted to break away from Percy. "Come on," said Percy. "Behave," as he whipped me violently. "We'll show you," said the freight cars, as they pushed Percy down the end of the snow. "Oh no!" cried Percy. Percy tried to screech, but it was too late. The freight cars fell off the track. "Ah!" cried Percy, as Percy tumbled off the track. The parcels flew in the air. "Oh no!" groaned Percy. "I need help! I need help!" groaned Percy. One of the workmen saw and immediately telephoned Sir Topham Hatt. "I will investigate to a matter immediately. Until then, send another engine to help Percy." Percy. Percy. Sorry, I'm gonna try again because I was too distracted. Percy really, really hoped someone came to rescue him. "If only the freight cars didn't bash me and bump me, I could have easily stayed on the tracks," groaned Percy sadly. Later that day, Hong Mei was just waiting in the yard with Nia. Then one of the workmen came. "Percy has had an accident. Hong Mei, you must put Percy back on the tracks." "But I don't know how to rescue engines," groaned Hong Mei. "Don't worry, Hong Mei," said Nia. "It's easy. Thomas once saved me from derailing when he went on this adventure around the world. But it didn't really go that well for him, and he learned never anywhere unless telling someone." "All right, Nia, you're right," groaned Hong Mei, and she puffed nervously away. Then Hong Mei went to the airfield. She saw Harold the helicopter. "Hello, friend. What do you need?" "Percy's had an accident. You gotta come with me to put him back on the tracks. Don't worry, I'll tell Harvey." And Hong Mei puffed quickly away. Percy was still in the water. He felt very sad. "If only I just paid attention to the rails," said Percy sadly. Then Percy saw a flashlight. "Ah!" groaned Percy. "Bust my puffers! What was that?" Then Percy heard Harold. "Harold," said Percy, "you've come to save me." "Oh, it's not just me, my friend. Hong Mei's coming too." "Oh boy," cheered Percy. "Hong Mei's gonna rescue me as well." "Don't worry, Percy," cheered Hong Mei. A Chinese engine is coming to your rescue." Percy felt very grateful. "Thank you, Hong Mei. Now I know how to watch over the snow." Then Harvey came to lift Percy back on the tracks. It was hard, but thankfully Percy was back on the rails. It was hard getting Percy back on the track, but Harvey was lucky to get the small grain engine back on the rails. And Harold flew the packages to the airport. Then Hong Mei came to get the rest of the packages and took them to the airport. Percy couldn't move because his fire had gone out thanks to the water, but Hong Mei was there to help and took Percy back to the yard. Wait, Hong Mei, said Percy. Yeah, said Hong Mei. Harold needs to say something to you quick. Here is a celebration song for you, my friend, cheered Harold. And Hong Mei was very touched and happy. Thank you all, cheered Hong Mei, and she and Percy puffed back to the yard. When Hong Mei came back, the other engines cheered and whistled for her. Well done, Hong Mei, cheered Thomas. You are really useful, cheered Rosie. I told you so, said Hong Mei. Mean Nia. Frick, just end the episode. See, said Nia. If you believe in yourself, you can be really useful too. Hong Mei felt so happy that she couldn't help but blow her whistle. She had a new friend named Percy.